Hello, hello, hello.
Yo.
How's everybody
Hi.
doing? Oh, I hope you guys like that sick transition we've got. Welcome to the Hexagon TTRPG. And thank you for 6 months. Shy, I believe. Was it Shy?
Thank you.
It's shy.
6 months? There since day one.
Not so shy.
What a
about
trooper.
Giving those subscriptions. Thank you.
Very good.
Wow. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you. Wish you could be here. How's it going, guys? Welcome.
My money.
We're back for another week of the Eye's End. Tuesday night. Everyone's doing all right?
Yes, sir.
Oh,
Indeed.
You guys ready to play some D&D?
Only always.
Of course.
I covered myself in grease this morning just to get in character.
Oh, I like
Whoa.
that. I like
I'm
that.
also in character.
Always.
Yeah.
This man
Only
never breaks
always.
character.
Method acting for
Are you playing Joe or is Joe playing you?
that's
Ooh.
a question for my therapist, okay? And I'd ask you
Oh.
to just leave it out of this. All right, let's please.
We
Tell
need
me
the
more,
little
it's fine.
Joe Ali's guided meditation.
Hold on, I need to recline for this.
Yeah, get back, get comfy.
Ooh.
All right. Settle down, you buffoons.
Sorry.
I'm going to give a little bit of a recap on last week. Catch people up, catch you guys up if you haven't been thinking about it. And then we can, if you guys have any questions or specific things you want to bring up, you can do so afterwards. So again, let me get my little reading voice on here.
Let's go.
Last week, we introduced the lands of Irea and 4 of our players. There's Albric Fireforge, the dwarf barbarian, Shira Stones, the high elf ranger, Little Joe Ali, the satyr monk, and Edmund Fundle, the brass dragonborn artificer. Our heroes have spent the last 2 months in Duharst, the desert region of the Drow, and after saving the city from an attack by Xanabin, they've been resting and helping rebuild. But they soon receive new orders from AR. Heroes of the Resistance, I've ordered a team of archaeologists and diggers to set up camp within the Black Desert. We believe we have found clues pertaining to the origin of the Warforged. And so they set off across the desert, and once they arrived at the dig site, they were met by Lupa Lacroix, the site leader, and his assistant, Ingot Talazar. The party freshened up with some baths, they went to eat some food at the cantina, and there they met their old friend Grimrod, once a jam maker, now a lowly chef. Afterwards, they played a few pranks, or at least Edmund did, and headed off to see the body of water that surrounds the Athenaeum, the tower at the dig site, finding out that it has some strange properties. So that's where we left off. How are you guys feeling?
Ready to get inside this gosh darn tower.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Let's figure it
Yeah,
out.
ready to get my greasy mitts on it. See what's in
Oh, yeah.
those freaking gears.
While standing across the moat from the Athenaeum, Edmund, could you please give me an Arcana check? You all find yourself standing there by the edge of the water. Lupa had just turned away to go take care of some business and left you to investigate and examine and find your way across. So what are you guys doing?
Arcana.
So we need to find our own way across this moat. That's
Yeah, the bridge was broken.
okay. So I'll just grab my trusty, not cloak, but more of a rug. I'll lean back to my friend Dr. Rug, and I'll ask him to. Do you mind, dude, if I can just surf on top of you there across the way, and maybe you just ferry a couple of my friends over as well? In fact, I think I could take Edmund. We might just slow down a little bit. And Al, you want to take Shira?
You might be muted, Sheems.
I completely forgot we've had these carpets. To be honest, I don't really use them. Right, let me just check in the bag here. All right, got it out.
All
Oh,
right.
yeah. These are pretty sweet.
Yeah, your magic carpet, Joe, kind of swoops up to pick you up as soon as you ask of it. And
I do.
Edmund, what was the roll that you got?
Oh yeah, Arcana.
Yes, please.
13.
13. Okay. You hear a faint kind of tolling of a bell far in the distance across the moat, muffled almost in from within the Athenaeum. You can barely hear the ringing, but something is coming from it.
Like scratch my head and dig out my ears. Yeah, any of you guys hear that? Well,
What are you
Yeah,
hearing?
what, Gary?
like a bell. That's something. Maybe I can't tell.
From which direction is it coming?
From the thing. It's
Athenaeum?
yeah. That.
Tower.
Yeah. Let's go. Let's hurry. There's something in there.
Maybe if we get closer, we'll hear it too.
Are there any windows or balconies or anything like that in this tower? It's just one solid like piece.
It is designed as if there are windows and balconies, but you can tell just by looking that they don't it's all
It's
wall. It's
okay, it's
just
just
sort of
stone.
designed into the side. Yeah.
A relief of some sort that looks like a window. Very clever.
Peter,
Yes.
is the Athenaeum within a mile range by any chance?
I mean, it will be.
Yes. Detect portal.
Detect portal. Okay, how do you detect your portal?
By
Describe it
casting
to me.
detect portal.
I understand.
I'm joking.
But work me through it. How does Shira do?
Yes. Well, when he says bells, I feel like for Shira it's more of a vibration almost. Like kind of like another world vibrating into this one. That's kind of what I think portals feel to her in a way.
Okay. So you're
So a slight vibration.
okay.
That's so specific to
Focusing on, well, you've done this before, so it comes pretty
Mhm.
naturally. But you focus on the vibrations of the world and the space in particular between worlds, and the way that they sort of approach each other, and very rarely do they cross into one another. And you focus, and at first there's nothing, it's silence. A low hum grows in the back of your mind, but then it begins to focus, and the energy and the vibration begins to point you directly towards the Athenaeum.
Oh. I think Edmund is right. I'm sensing something too.
Yeah. We gotta get in there.
Well, there's no windows and no doors, dude. So unless you got a way to like move the rocks,
Just get me a little closer.
I mean,
I mean-
always-
just walk up. Like we're here. We're on the.
Oh,
we're on
we're
the-
right?
Well, I
Oh,
mean,
shoot!
how
we need to cross the river. It's not that far.
well,
There's a
yeah.
bridge over it.
We're
What was
like
it like
so
80
deep-
feet?
It was 80
80
feet.
feet
It
or
was
something?
80 feet.
Okay, so it takes 12
We're like
seconds.
so like
12
deep in our
seconds for us
plans
to
and
cross.
stuff, like thinking we don't even notice. We're just like, oh,
Yeah, hearing bells and vibrations, and they're just
We're
there, but,
here,
like,
bud. Like just
That's why I asked if it was within a mile.
You can get off the carpet now. We're here.
I get off the carpet.
it's a dragonborn thing. Like they don't get it. Does this thing match my blueprints in any way?
no, it does not. No,
No?
your blueprints are like, it's like a very strange mechanism. It's like in the shape of a hexagon.
Oh,
And there's like all sorts of little bits and parts and
The most sacred of all shapes. Nah, this isn't it. God dang it. All right. No.
I would like to remind you guys, they did mention that Xanabin was able to enter the tower. Jolie,
Oh.
might you want to check on our little buddy?
What? Smokey?
He's like whispering in your ear, like, what? What is it?
Come on, show yourself.
He just like shows
Oh.
like half his body, but like so just like half of him appears.
Like he's looking around a corner.
Yeah, exactly.
Dimensional pocket.
Couple eyes.
Yeah.
Like,
Sticking out like what? Well, yeah,
can you
what
get us
is
in
it?
this place?
I don't know what this place is.
What? You've been following us.
Does
You haven't
the
been
name
listening?
Athenaeum mean anything to you?
Well, yeah, I mean, I've heard what you guys have been talking about, but
But aside from what we've been talking about, does the
I don't
name
know.
itself have some historical significance to you?
Wait, what the hell? What the hell's this guy? You guys got a little beholder with you?
What?
Like, I don't think
Yeah.
like go and like poke him with
goes invisible.
what's this
Those
about?
things don't.
Eddie. Yeah, leave Smokey alone.
The Smoky. What's a
It's
Smoky?
Smoky. Xanabin, but not Xanabin. We're not sure.
Yeah, I'm not very sure either. You just hear him say it.
And just if you're the big bad guy, just say the magic words and open this thing or something.
I mean, I could try. I'm not a bad guy, and he comes back
So
out.
far, he's not. So far.
Well, I got my eyes on you, man. I put on my goggles.
And he's like floating away from you, but all his eye stalks are like tracking you.
Eddie, Smokey has earned our trust, dude. Okay?
But he's a beholder.
And
Okay. I mean, just don't attack me or anything, okay?
Okay.
I'm very soft, very
Yeah,
soft
okay.
and weak.
I guess I'll walk up with him too, and I'll try and touch the thing to see if I feel
Hulbert's already at the
anything more.
door.
Yeah, so you all approach the shimmering black veil that covers the archway that leads into the Athenaeum, and it appears like slowly, like a drape or a curtain that hangs there in place. But it's strange. There's like bits of particles and reflective light that you see deep within it, almost like it has a space beyond it.
that was easy.
But no, you're not in yet.
Oh,
How did you do that?
This is just the
What was
black
he?
veil that's in front.
oh, I see. I see.
It's like blocking the archway. Albrecht places his hand against it, and it feels solid and flat. You can see it moving beneath your hand, but it feels flat.
Can I grab it?
You cannot.
Oh, all right. Well,
Smokey,
Smoke-
can you just go through it?
yeah, touch it, Smokey.
Oh gosh, bumps into
I
it.
guess not.
right, but the magic words first.
Open sesame.
Now, maybe something from home, something familiar.
Yeah.
In your language? Beholder language?
Yeah, in your language. Oh,
But
you're so
I don't.
smart.
Beholders have a language. I don't know. I don't know what I know. He kind of rushes over to you, Joe, and he goes, Joe, I don't know anything about Xanabin. I don't know what to bust out here.
What about like a beholder language? Why am I talking like you? What about
It
beholder?
rubs off. It rubs off.
Everybody wants to be a grimy little dude. I get it.
Oh gosh. Oh my god.
Also, Carl. It's just like very easy. Dude, what do you? Yeah. What about your language? Was it like abyssal or something, man? Like I don't know. Just trying something.
I'll try a few things. He starts saying, like, open or please open in several different languages, sort of rapid fire. You hear among them Infernal, Sylvan, you understand one. There's another language. Edmund probably speaks Draconic.
Yeah.
So you hear him say in Draconic, in Dwarvish,
You're
in
Draconic.
Elvish.
So many languages.
And he goes, yeah, I guess I remember how I guess I remember those. But it doesn't look like anything's working. I don't know.
Does it look like there's any writing or anything in the veil or written in the archways or anything anywhere?
You should probably investigate.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, wise
Go ahead, roll me an
suggestion, Joe.
investigation.
Jesus.
Can while they're doing that, the tower itself is made of stone?
It's
And
made
all
of it's like the solid material of whatever the sand is, but like not crumbled into
Can
fine
Albert
dust.
investigate the material itself?
What would you like to do with the material? Sorry, I didn't catch that.
Just to see what it is and like
Oh, sure.
see if there's any like kind of hidden switch or anything.
Okay. Yeah. You can make me a roll. I know you have something in relation to stonework.
Well, it's history, so
Okay.
I got 17 for the investigation.
So with the 17, you do see that as you begin to look around, this thing is huge. It's like a 30-foot archway. So like you look up and sort of like when you're close to it, the farther you look along the veil, it becomes like more and more like solid black. But you notice that sort of halfway up, there's like seems like a sigil of tiny golden flakes like within the veil that create like a strange sigil, like a rune.
Would I be able to read it from here? Because I have one of my Eldritch invocations is Eyes of the Rune Keeper, and I can read all writing.
Okay. So you
If not,
it's
I
not
can build
necessarily
a little droid to
yeah,
get
it's not necessarily a language, but I will say that as you're staring into it, you begin to see each of the little like golden fragments that make up the rune, and you sort of like begin to get like drawn into it. Not physically, you're still standing there,
Mhm.
perceiving this thing, and all the little bits begin to sort of unfurl, and you see them like more clearly, and then you start to hear that ticking in the back of your mind,
Mama.
like it's speaking to you.
This is it, guys. I just say that. Can I like get whip out that like or like get like a stick or something sharp and start like jotting down in the dirt what
Yeah.
I'm seeing? So I'll just like frantically just start making symbols and stuff.
Beautiful. So you start sketching them out the way you perceive them. Albrecht, what did you get?
18.
18. Sick. Yeah, you know that the material that it's made out of, it's got like all intents and purposes, it's like a very solid structure, but you can tell maybe that there's like it's been charged with some sort of magic over the years. But you could probably like smash it down with enough force, but it doesn't seem like there's any like hidden entrances or switches to open this thing. It's like the outer shell of it, which is like the brick portion or the stone portion, is like mostly that.
All right, he's gonna try and make a second door then.
Okay.
While they're working on the magic stuff, he's gonna try and work on a second door.
Okay. And you just start hacking away.
Yeah, he's gonna try and like break through like the grout from like around each stone, and,
Okay.
like kind of pull them out or like chip them out.
All right. So go ahead and make me a tools check.
All right. At the 24.
24, beautiful. Yeah, so you start and you actually kind of maybe after a little bit of effort, you kind of manage to get a big chunk of stone out, but you can tell that this thing is probably incredibly thick. But if you keep hammering away or chipping away, you might be able to dig through.
Look, this is what he knows. This is what he's gonna try.
Yeah, beautiful. In the meantime,
About 2 years, and I might be able to get in.
I love that determination.
so you hear that in the background.
work.
I'm like frantically writing. Oh yeah, that's good. Huh. Is there a way to like tap into my like patron's source more to understand it more? I don't know if that's like a thing.
You can certainly try, but I will ask you for another Arcana roll.
Okay. 10.
10. Yeah, so as you're scrawling away, you maybe didn't realize, but the ticking slowly begins to fade away in the back of your mind.
Oh man, yeah, good stuff. Wait, I'll just keep jotting down what I see.
Put you here off to the side.
Yeah, and the tick.
Maybe that's it. Yeah. Oh, it's back.
Placebo. Yeah.
Are there any, like, not windows, but ways to kind of see inside by any chance?
Yeah, so as you were flying over, Joe actually took a quick look, and it looks like there's windows and balconies built into the side of it, going all along, like up to the top, but they're clearly just like it's just carved into the side of the Athenaeum.
Oh, so you can't actually see inside.
No, there's
Not from the
no
outside
window or
in
anything.
ways.
Yeah.
But
All right, I was just thinking if there was a way to misty step in there. That's why.
Hmm.
might be.
I do.
Can I?
It's about 100 feet up the tower.
Hmm.
Can I dispel magic on the archway?
You can try it. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure this isn't going to work, but that's me, not Joe. So Joe's going to give it a shot. It's a 3rd level spell. So that's the highest level spell I have. Or at least, yeah. So 3rd level spell and 10 plus the spell's level. And I got to make an ability check or you have to make an ability check with my spellcasting ability. Which is a
see.
plus.
No, you have to do it. You just roll d20 and add your.
My spell attack? Or my spell
No,
modifier?
There's no proficiency, it's just modifier.
Okay. That's a 17 on the die plus 4.
Damn.
Very nice.
That's a 21, but
21. Okay,
I
just
still
give me a
don't
second
think
here.
it's going to work.
Okay, so you cast the spell on the archway, and suddenly the sigil becomes visible to everyone. It kind of like comes to the forefront within the veil. And then it spins and it creates like a different symbol. And there's like this force of energy that fires off from the wall. Little Joe.
Did he do it?
You guys.
I fucked up.
The doors are
you guys look at Joe, and he's just standing there, and he's like frozen.
Oh no.
He's not moving. No
Joe.
saving throw, by the way.
Understood.
Oh.
Somebody poke him. Poke him.
Yeah, I
Hold his
snapped
hands.
him.
Right, go. Poke him.
Am I done writing everything that I see from the symbol?
Well, you see more now. The symbol changes as
Oh,
this happens.
oh
It
shit!
becomes visible to everyone. You touch him, nothing. He's sort of like stuck in place, and you press on him. He's like very firm. And then a few seconds go by, and all of a sudden, Joe, you.
Oh,
Oh, you guys saw that writing just now too, right?
yeah, we did.
I'm not crazy.
Do I remember?
You're not crazy.
Was I conscious during those
To
few
you,
seconds?
it looks like all of a sudden they're all around you and talking like mid-sentence.
Okay. Whoa, what the fuck? How'd you get here? You guys aren't that fast.
No, you just froze in time.
Dude,
What
Dude,
what did you do that changed?
I tried to dispel the magic of the archway, but
Oh.
Looks like it dispelled you instead.
Yeah, I guess so. I don't know. I'll actually test my gauntlets. Are they still charged?
Yeah, I believe
Okay.
so. They charge at what, dawn?
I believe they charge at dawn, and they charge on hits, like
Okay.
when I hit somebody. I get
Yeah,
a charge.
you haven't used them.
A
It's
successful unempowered unarmed strike regains a charge,
Okay. No,
and I also regain all charges after a long rest. Okay,
Okay.
yeah.
You have all your charges.
Right.
I didn't dispel my stuff, at least, and I can still cast. I'll also just cast Sacred Flame just on no particular spot, just to be sure I can still cast magic.
Mhm.
It's like, no, I'm not dispelled, dudes. But I don't think it worked on the door either. Whatever it did seemed to, I don't know, knock me unconscious or something, because I don't remember what was going on. All of a sudden, you guys are just swarming me, dudes, and honestly, I need my spice. Okay, the
You
bubble.
made it.
Respect the bubble.
You made it angry.
Clearly.
What do the runes that I'm writing say? Can I read them? Can I
Or they're just-
take a pause to read them back?
So the thing is that they are not a language.
Okay, it's just, is it schematics?
It's like some sort of equation of some sort, runic sigil.
Sigilly.
I'd be like, Shira, have you ever seen something like this? Whoa. I've never seen it in the
Oh.
university.
I go over because I am quite intrigued. I remember having a feature related specifically to like codes and stuff. Let me think to myself as I look at those symbols.
Mm-hmm.
How's my whole coming along?
Albrecht, as you're
How's
chipping
my
away,
coming along?
you get pretty deep, and then maybe you loosen one. You have to kind of pull it out and you put it down, and you look up and there's a portion that's broken, where it's broken. There's sand creeping up from the ground and filling in the space slowly.
God damn it!
Rebuilding.
It's not supposed to repair itself. All right, I think I've hit a dead end. The tower repairs itself from damage.
What if we have to dig under?
Oh, it's a smart idea.
You should start trying that there, Albert.
I'm not very much of a digger. I can break stone and fix it, but I don't dig as well. So you might think.
All right.
At least I don't have the implements to dig.
Can I fly to the top?
You can.
Yeah, I'll kind of wear it like a cape. I'll ask, Doctor Ruggs, please take me up.
Wraps around you and flies you up.
Have I ever seen anything like this in the university that looks similar to this?
Make a history check.
A histoire. Not my best. Ooh, 21.
Oh,
Okay.
Okay.
I only get a +2, so
You recognize a few of these symbols, having peeked into sorry, my fucking camera keeps flashing. You peeked into a class or a seminar that was being given by one of the professors at the university, a chronomancer. And you recognize some of the spell equations that were on the board. Not one to one, but the particular shape of the runes.
So I know it has to do with chronomancy. That what it's called?
like
wait,
turning to
what
Shira.
did you say, Edmund?
like I only peeked into the class. It's not really my forte, you know. Like
No, don't
chronomancy.
worry. Chronomancy. I take out my cronid. Does it react to it, or is there something similar between the two?
You pull out the cronid, and the number is spinning wildly.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, your small little, it's like a marbled yellow and white stone,
Mm-hmm.
a sundial, and there's like the little dial on top spins with various numbers are like sort of displayed on the front of the stone. And it's the numbers are constantly changing.
Are you trying to say that this tower is locked in time?
What?
I don't know, but it does. There's something related also to the portal somehow.
Right.
I
Get into the tower. I'm assuming there's a portal of some kind.
I,
That's what I
I kind of
think.
remember like an equation of some sort. I don't know what, but these symbols are like part of it. I think.
Right. And what's that doodad you have in your hand, Shira?
It's the cronid. AR gave it to me. Sadly, I'm not too sure how it fully functions.
Does it got buttons and stuff?
It's more complex than just that.
Maybe press it against the veil.
I touch it with the cronid.
You press it against the veil, and it sinks in about half an inch into the veil.
Is
Can
that
I-
supposed?
I take it back out because I'm afraid of just losing it. Can I hold it in such a way that my hand goes through while I'm still holding it? So
Sure.
I can. Does my hand go through? Is my real question with the cronid. And not
Okay,
just
so yeah,
the
you
cronid.
take it like in your full palm, so that
Yeah.
your fingers going through, and
Yeah.
your fingers begin to pass through.
Oh,
Oh.
I mean, we can also pass through, and Albrecht's just going to touch the veil.
Solid.
I touch Albrecht's hand. Try now.
Your hand begins to pass through.
Okay,
And
guys.
at this point, with the two of you pressing in different spots, you see the veil begin to kind of like slowly part from where your arms are pressed inside, and the parting kind of begins to raise up, and like a curtain on a stage, it in separate segments between the two of you begins to sort of unfurl as the veil is pushed away to the side. Edmund, you notice the sigil within the veil begin to fade away.
oh, you guys are doing it.
It's you, Edmund.
Right.
You're the one who mentioned the chromacy.
Cronin.
Chronomancy? I don't know. I didn't peek
Yeah.
into the class.
I mean, if it wasn't free, I would have never thought to get out my cronid in this situation. But yeah,
two
we
Greek
can crawl
dragonlords
through now.
think alike or something. I don't know, but yeah, no, you're great too.
You're too kind. Now you can crawl through.
Should I? Yeah.
Why don't we just wait until the veil parts completely?
I mean,
I'll
if
like
he's short enough that it's already it's probably there.
Sure, I could do it.
but before I go in, could I summon my my armor, my patron armor?
Sure.
Yeah, I'll like say 2 words or just like a few ticks, and then it'll like pop out from my gun and go around me and be like a clockwork armor that kind of like covers me from head to toe.
Okay.
And I'll be like, all right, I feel more comfortable like this, and
Go into the veil.
Okay. So yeah, your armor kind of crawls up on you. It disassembles from your gun like living pieces of metal and material, and there's bits of like crystal in there too that you've incorporated that that come out and accent certain parts of it.
Awesome.
And the veil completely parts, but it's like 5 feet in, and then it's just darkness.
Oh,
Only one way to find out what's happening in here. Are we going through? Let's go.
it's pretty dark in here, guys. Oh, somebody should call Joe.
Joe, at the top of the tower. Also, I think you're muted, maybe? Say something?
Oh,
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
yeah. My
Uh,
bad.
He
no
was-
problem, no problem. Because I it looked like you were trying to say something earlier.
I was just saying, where are those nerds? We got to show off that we cracked this case in like mere moments.
The
Those dudes were there for weeks.
Yeah, freaking losers. Oh my gosh. You land at the top of the tower looking down at the encampment like pathetic. But you see the top is like pretty much flat. There's like a pattern that's carved into the top of it, similar to how the sides were decorated. But at the center, you see kind of like no more than just like maybe like 5 centimeter wide little hole at the center, just like a tiny little dot. Yeah, you could like stick something small in there.
I'll put a joint in there.
You just drop it in. Amazing. Just drops in. You can't see anything. Like, what the heck?
Immediately roll another one. Light it.
Mm.
I'll have to speak to them about the little butthole at the top of this tower. And then I'll dive off and just kind of fly back down. This little
Perfect time.
puff
We're
of
walking in.
smoke comes out.
Yeah. You've come down to the rest of them. I think at this point is when Albrecht and Edmund are probably stepping in. They seem the
Right.
most eager.
Just in time. We solved it. We're walking in. Coming.
Yeah, I was going to tell you about a little butthole at the top of the tower, but that's cool. Let's go.
Butthole?
I suppose we'll find our way to the top and we'll see it ourselves.
I think you're smoking too much, Joe.
There's no such thing.
All right, guys, let's get in. Also, we might need some light, especially for the blind people.
Let's
I can do that.
Who here has dark vision?
I do.
I feel like I should.
I don't think so.
I think new Dragonborns do, like 1D&D Dragonborns, but not OG Dragonborns.
Oh wow.
The owl.
You do? Yeah, so even with dark vision, it's pitch black inside.
Yeah.
We need some light in here.
Yeah, I'll create bonfire.
On the way.
like 20 feet away.
Like inside?
Yeah. That's great.
Yeah, you cast the spell and you don't see anything.
I'm pretty sure I made a bonfire in here. This is not
On
normal.
the way. Let's just walk in and see. Maybe it's supposed to be this, and we pass through it into something else.
Okay, but not in that general fiery direction, just in case.
We probably should have waited until we went in, but yes.
I'll lead the way. I can kind of see because Peter, I have 10 feet of blind sight.
Okay.
And so,
Ooh.
although I don't,
You sense
don't-
the fire.
all right, don't stand there.
Also, it worked.
I can't see where there is, but just follow me. I'll just kind of like start forward, I guess. Should
Can't
I?
you dispel the darkness?
I'm not doing that again.
I mean, we
what
tried.
happened? What happened last time?
He got
I don't
stuck in
know.
time.
Oh, but that was outside. Like, do it
Yeah.
inside.
That's it.
All right, I only have 2 level 3 spell slots, but why not? All right. I mean, listen. Okay, fine. I try and dispel this darkness.
Okay.
Not much. I don't really cast spells very much, anyways. But would have been nice if one of us dies. But
If one of us
Okay.
died.
You only went once.
I can cast Revivify if one of us dies. Well, I could. Not anymore.
Oh boy. Sorry, you're gonna dispel?
I'm gonna dispel. They suggested. Yeah, sure. I'll try, dude. It's not a problem, man.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, dispel magic. Oh, I'm so good.
So you are going to have to roll.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm scared.
Last time a 21 didn't beat whatever it was, so
I think that might have been something a bit special.
you think
Reach
maybe
off,
this
dude.
whole tower is special. So that's a 14 total.
14 does not do it.
Okay.
Oh.
You cast your spell and nothing seems to happen. Actually, Edmund, your fire goes out.
I don't see it.
Is my
You
fire
feel
still
it
there?
though. You feel it though.
Oh,
Rats! Sorry about that.
Ah, what that?
Sorry, dude.
Why,
Sorry.
dude? I thought you
Well,
were gonna
well,
do the darkness.
I tried, but it was kind of like just a whole area effect thing. I guess it hit the one that was, I couldn't do it. It's too.
You're smoking too much.
Okay,
At least this time
you tried.
I'm just not that strong of a spellcaster, guys. I'm sorry.
It's
No
fine. Let's
worries.
just walk forward and see what happens.
Okay, let's go. Let's all here. Do you anybody have any like rope or something?
Yes,
Maybe I can make
yeah.
some rope.
I have rope.
I also
Just-
do because
Let's just all hold on to the rope so that we know kind of where we stay together.
yeah,
All right.
Yeah,
I
but
got 45 feet of rope.
Oh. Okay. I start moving forward.
All right,
One end of the rope.
guided by the blind monk.
I started saying
Alright.
draconic.
Oh man. Oh jeez.
And you guys walk into the darkness, and for a few steps, you hear the crunching of sand beneath your feet, and then suddenly the darkness fades, and you find yourself in a room, a 30 by 30 foot circular room
With a little joint in the middle of the floor.
filled with sand, and there is a
Filled with
mound of
sand.
sand at the middle, and there is a small beam of light, a spotlight, right at the top of the mound, and there is a tiny little joint that's like poking out of the top of the mound.
What's that?
I told you there was a butthole, dude.
So is it just like a
Right.
hollow inside then?
Yeah, it goes like all the way up.
Any
It's
stairs or anything?
There are no stairs. It is just sand that kind of reaches up to a little mound in the middle.
Wow.
Okay, well let's
It's
It's
check
actually
the-
this is only 30 by 30 feet. The tower itself was like fairly wide at the base, definitely more than the room suggests.
So them walls is thick.
Maybe we should
It's
just clear the
walls.
sand and see what's at the bottom.
Yeah, no, that's
sure. Yeah.
that's
Let me just. I'll just before you do. I'll just. Yeah. Grab that.
Grab.
Don't want that to go to waste.
Wait, why is there a joint here?
that's what I'm wondering too.
I don't
Because
understand.
I put one in the little hole at the top, and it
Oh,
fell all the way
wow.
down. Yeah. Look up. It's there. See
Wait.
the beam of light?
Oh,
That's
So we could
that's what I
have
was talking about.
flew.
oh, I thought you
From
were
the
like there
top.
was like
It was only big enough to really fit this or my finger.
Oh, okay.
you
I'm
tried
not
both,
upset then.
didn't you?
And honest, going with the cronid was cooler anyways.
Um,
So, getting rid of the sand? Check
Alright.
what's in the middle there, no?
Start to dig like a dog, just throwing it behind my legs.
Could we try and build like a little like
Sand castle.
automatic like scooper or something? With like a bicycle.
Like a
head or
little,
something? Yeah.
well,
like one of those ones at the parks, the little claw thing. That's so funny.
Yeah.
You got
I'll be
parts
like,
on?
Albert, do you have any materials or something? I think we could build like a pretty good like scooper, or semi-automatic.
I ain't got nothing for that, bud.
If you stopped trying to think about ways out of work and started working, we would already be done.
No, but I'm thinking of ways of making work faster. And so I don't have to actually have to do it, but that's like besides the point.
Too much talking.
Yeah.
I'll look around for some materials and try and build this like makeshift.
Look for materials. You find sand.
Maybe if
Dr.
I, like,
Ruggs, Smokey, help me.
Maybe if I like wet it a little.
Smokey comes out of his invisibility, looks around like,
Albrecht is gonna start
This is
like trying to dig through.
Smokey just kind of like, he actually raises himself a little higher. He's like, I don't do too well with sand. It gets stuck on me and it's incredibly difficult to get off.
It's just more irritating.
It's terrible. Gets in
everywhere.
all my folds.
Nothing worse than
Smokey.
sandy folds.
Is there something at the top of the mound of
Nice
sand
one, Simon.
besides the joint?
I tracked it.
The mound isn't that big.
Oh no,
and,
okay.
And again, from where you are, it's about 15 feet.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll just sit here and wait for you guys to dig it out.
Right, thanks so much for your help, guys.
Very helpful.
Oh, no, I'll help. I'm helping.
I'll go
What's
and
the
start
bottom of this,
shoveling and be
this
like,
pile?
God damn it.
If only we had Nisha for a wind spell or something. Sadly,
Molder.
got nothing for that, and my hands won't really help too much either. I think you guys are pretty good.
Ooh la la.
More hands make less work, but you know.
The
I
boys
gotta keep
slave
them-
away in the sand.
I gotta keep them ready on my
is
bow and
there
arrow.
any more writing, like the runic writing in here too?
Nope, those particular runes were only on the front there of the entrance.
Yeah.
At least
And
look
as
for
soon
some,
as
like,
the
hidden doors or something.
Cronid touched the veil, it dispelled whatever that was.
See now, guys, the thing that bugs me is I did feel a portal around here. Can I concentrate? I can short rest and then detect portal again while they're digging.
I'll let you do you can just do an Arcana instead of having to have your full
I
feature.
don't have Arcana.
You don't have Arcana?
I got like +3 in my Arcana.
Well, you never know.
It's something. Alright, it's a 14.
14's good
Not
enough.
half bad.
You feel those vibrations suddenly as you're sitting down, kind of waiting as they're digging away. They start to build up all of a sudden, and your attention is drawn to the top of the mound.
Oh. Can I like climb up there on the sand?
Yeah, it's not that high.
It's easy.
not that
Okay.
high, yeah.
Okay. I go up there with my.
You're just ruining our work here. You know?
All the sand's coming down.
Okay,
filling in
also,
holes.
I'm sensing something.
Not even helping, and now you're making it worse.
I'm on a mission.
No, trust her.
If she senses
I-
something, she senses something. That's for sure.
All right.
I go up on the mound and I take out my cronid.
All right. You step up to the top and you pull out your cronid, and maybe instinctually you place it kind of
Mhm.
within
In the light.
in the light to have a better look at it. And can you please make a dexterity save, bro?
Shit. Yes, I can. Let me get it. Is it on the side? Oh my god, I almost got a 1 and I was so terrified. It's a 17. It's not good enough though.
Seems good.
Nice.
You get to the top, and as the cronid touches the light, the mound beneath you sort of like explodes. And so like you kind of lose your footing, but you fall maybe about like 10 feet. So there's like a full like 10-foot sphere of like sand that just gets blown up against the wall, the sides of the inside of the tower. And you fall, but you land on your feet. You don't get knocked prone. Everyone else kind of gets just buffeted with sand, but it doesn't deal any damage. But as that happens, you notice that the sand begins to start to swirl and move, and it's moving all around you, and you can't really find your footing or.
There are rocks among the sand.
Jesus.
The temple starts crumbling. It's not even a temple.
What's going on?
Oh, Freudian slip. It is a temple.
The side, like sand, is crashing against the sides of the tower, like waves of a windy ocean night. You know, crashing against it. Bits of sand are flying into your armor, into your clothes, into your mouth, and
That's me coughing sand.
yeah, it's not very pleasant. And the sand is going to kind of start pulling you under. So, can everyone please give me a strength saving throw?
Oh man, my forte.
Can I appeal to you
Ooh.
for it to be a dex save? Because I'm gonna try and like jump out of the sand as it starts to like roil and just float with the
carpet.
yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Smart.
Appeal
Smart
granted.
company.
17.
Thank you.
You're good. You kind of
My
you're like swimming against the current of sand.
I got a
yourself.
17 too.
Not me.
Oh, I got a
Perfect. I'll
17
try
it.
as well.
Pull out the carpet.
Oh my god, 317.
Of course.
Yo, what the fuck?
317.
I only got a.
Yeah, 317.
I wish I only got a 14. Sorry, guys.
Wait, I have a spell,
Shit.
a cantrip I can use instantaneously as my artificer called Heads Up. By monitoring the activity on the board, I can grant a D8 to a crew member's attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, and have 3 until dawn.
Oh wait, I forgot I have advantage. It's a dex save.
But I also have
Oh
that
my god, I
D8.
forgot I have inspiration from last time.
Edmund also.
Yeah. But if you need it, the D8.
That's a natural 20.
Oh, never mind.
Yo, beautiful.
Too quick.
It's a waste, but that's fine. I appreciate it.
That's good. That's good. You bounce off the waves as you leap upwards, and the carpet kind of pulls you up above the sand.
Thank you, Doctor.
But the sand keeps rising. So you guys have positioned yourselves on the top of it, but now it's sort of building up from underneath where you're sort of like resting on top of it. And it's pushing you up towards the top.
Right, so we either have to get all the way to the top, or we're getting
We're
it
gonna
worse
die.
and we should have been at the bottom and it's going to be hell to get back down afterwards.
This is probably the right move.
All right.
Unless it crushes you guys.
What about you?
We will. All right.
Well, me too.
Yeah, Joe, you're like kind of at the top, just with your magic carpet, and you're looking down. And you're seeing them like slowly, like coming closer to you.
Yeah.
Do you
I'll
see the
start
hole?
to get desperate, yeah, and start to like kick the hole. Like to weaken it.
You start kicking it. The room starts like flashing as the only light source is like out every now and then, you know, like it gets dark all of a sudden.
Joe, get out of the way. I'll make a bigger hole.
Okay.
Can I cast Shatter on the hole?
Sure.
I'll like load up my gun, wind the crystal, and be like,
All right.
yeah. Well, because it's an inanimate object, it just happens, right?
Yeah. Just roll your damage.
Oh, okay. You know what? I'll do it at the second level. 3d8. 17 damage.
But isn't it more on structures?
Yes.
Might be automatic crit. Wait a minute.
That was a hopeful yes.
I
Structure made of ingoing
I trust
materials,
you
stone,
knowledge.
crystal, or metal has disadvantage.
Okay.
Magical object isn't being more carried, also takes damage.
Okay. Well, you deal your damage. What is the spell's size? Is a 10-foot sphere. Little Joe can be far enough away from it. There's like a huge thunderous explosion at the top. And maybe there's a bit of sand that kind of like falls through the little hole but otherwise the ceiling looks undamaged.
What the hell? That was a big spell.
All right.
Right, but this is also a magical tower, so I'm assuming it was made with that in mind.
So we're probably gonna die in here.
Wait, I'm confused. So we activated, and now sand is just filling up the room.
Right, Shira, why don't you just put the
whole
chrono-
tower.
the seems to be every. Try
In the little
Putting
hole.
it where? In the hole.
I'll just grab her and lift her up.
I'm a little stressed out to let go of it.
It's not big enough to fit in the hole. It's not small enough to fit in the hole, I should say. But you can go up with little Joe, and
All right, Joe. Let's try, I guess.
you press it against the hole.
Yeah.
You goes dark while you have it pressed up against it. Nothing seems to happen. You just hear the sands coming up. And
Nope, that's not it.
we're getting relatively close to the top now. Everyone's still in the sand. Can you make another strength save or dex save?
Oh God.
12.
12. Okay. Albrecht, are you unarmored, Albrecht?
No, I'm armored.
You are armored. Okay. Yeah. So with a 12, you're kind of pushing up, but there's maybe like pockets that sort of build up or open up from the weight of your armor, and you start to like kind of like sink in, and you see Albrecht sort of like.
Can I give him the D8?
You
with that
can.
spell?
You can.
Heads up. I'll like look around, wind up my pistol one more time, and shoot it off at him. But it's like I guess like a little rope.
Right? But what if we're supposed to go down, not up?
Then you have the option. Yeah.
And you can add a 3 to your roll. Shit. Yeah, but I got
3 to his 12.
yeah.
It'd be a
Yeah.
15.
I got a 14.
But how does the spell work? Does the person have to be willing? Like Albrecht, what do you want to use the roll?
I don't know how it works.
Yeah, can you read the feature?
It says by monitoring the activity on the board, you grant a D8 to the crew members' attack roll, ability check, or saving throw, and I have 3 charges per dot. So I just use 1.
And it's a reaction?
It says instantaneous, so I don't know.
Interesting. This is like
spell?
once.
Yeah, it's a cantrip.
Oh, it's
Yeah, I have 3 until dawn.
Where are you getting it from?
It was just an artificer thing.
Because cantrips, you should be able to use an unlimited amount of.
Hold on.
There should
Well,
be
it says
just
enchantment cantrip actually.
Hmm.
So maybe
What was the name
doesn't
again?
matter.
heads up.
All right, I'm just going to look it up.
says
just
one
to
re-
check.
Yeah. Oh,
That's
Oh my
hilarious.
god. That's so true.
Oh, it's homebrew.
Probably from the spacecraft one.
that's so
You
funny.
took-
I didn't realize.
Oh, okay.
I mean, listen, Peter, you allowed me to take observation hacky from.
That's true. It's just that I'm trying to figure out how but okay, wait. So
it says
the
one
feature is called
reaction.
heads up.
Yeah.
But the cantrip, what's the cantrip called?
That's what it's called. It's just in my cantrip. It just says at will.
CJ, do you remember what cantrip it is?
Hold on, I'm going to look. It's a reaction. It's a reaction.
It's a reaction.
Casting time is a
Casting
reaction.
time.
It heads up. It's range and area is unlimited.
Okay.
It is instantaneous. And yeah, it's a cantrip.
All right. I mean, I don't mind. 1d8, Albrecht, you get a 15. You actually pass as you begin to pull yourself out.
I still think it might be down.
Well,
not up.
I guess I'll give him the option. I'll attach like a little rope.
But you only got 14 fundals, so aren't you going
I'm
down?
going down. Yeah. I only got 14.
Yeah, someone rope up Edmund, and then you can tug onto it if you're alive, or not if you're dead.
I'll be like, tell my story.
Yeah, Shira and Joe, you guys are okay. You're on the carpet.
Mhm.
But Edmund sinks below.
How close am I to him?
I guess let's go back to watch Joe.
I guess you would be pretty close to him.
Can I like grab him?
Gonna like reach in and try and grab him.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and make an athletics. But I'm gonna say it's a disadvantage because he's already under the sand.
Cool.
Just grasp him.
14.
14. You reach in and you feel him. Like sort of, you don't know what part of him you're grabbing. Edmund, what part of it does he grab?
My tail.
Okay.
It just needs to be safe.
Yeah, you got something there, but he's still under.
I'll
And
try
it's
and
still
yank him.
pushing you up. Okay. So this time, make an actual, just base athletics check.
Base athletic. 27.
Is that? You launch him out of the sand. You get pulled out, Edmund, by your tail, and you land at the top. But as you're all there, the sand kind of reaches maybe about 20 feet from the ceiling. You're all close by to one another now.
Were you able to breathe in there, Edmund?
Was I able to breathe?
No.
So dry. No, I cannot.
Right. Well,
Cannot breathe in there.
we'll have our answer very shortly, if the top was indeed the answer.
Oh,
Was it?
Well, as you contemplate, the sand begins to come
Yeah,
up so
I
much.
remove it. It's not doing good.
Fine, there's a little bit of light now. You can see all your faces lit up slightly by the glow. But
I think we gotta go sing, guys. But now it's so far up that it's gonna be so long of a travel of sinking into sand. Are we gonna die?
Right, Shira, start digging.
Start thinking.
maybe we should teleport out of here. Can we teleport if we can see out of that hole?
It's very
Okay.
tiny.
can you?
Oh no.
Cliff says hi.
How,
Kitty.
can you like misty step?
Um,
We are at
sand
the
begins
top
to-
of the tower.
Yeah,
I
it's
would
come
die.
up so much now that you can't even fly on the magic carpet. Everything is sort of being taken up, reaches your shoulders now. Your heads are
Oh
just
god,
there.
we're gonna
As it's starting
die.
to come up, your lips and your nose and your eyes.
You
Maybe
die.
somebody, Edmund's pressed up trying to peer through the tiny little hole.
I
but
think
it's
in my
so small. and
like
it's-
last seconds, I'll like pray to my God. I'll be like,
Just like help us, just save us, any favor, please.
and the light just so slowly fades from view as you guys are fully engulfed in sand. And for a moment, you're just
TPK,
uncomfortable and dry. And there, the heroes of the resistance perish within the sands forever.
Oh
Thanks for
you,
playing,
guys.
everybody. Great
Thank
session.
you.
Wow. Oh,
We're
Yeah.
hexagon.
Bye bye. Wait, no, come back. What the heck? No. You guys find yourselves trapped within the sand, but you begin to feel yourselves moving swiftly down within it. It's brushing up against you roughly. And you try desperately to keep your eyes and mouth closed, I hope. And
My nostrils are so big.
no, yeah, just funneling in just an obscene amount of sand in your nostrils.
no.
And you guys do have a long way down to go. And this is quite uncomfortable. Anybody who's wearing medium armor or less is going to take what I like to call friction damage from the sand.
I've been there.
And
Wow.
so let me just go ahead and
I have a
roll.
breastplate, so medium armor.
Yeah, medium armor or less.
Oh.
Yeah, so only if you have heavy armor.
No,
I'll
Ulrich
break
is
this
the only
safe.
one.
He's safe. He's gonna be like fully like caked up, you know, like within. He's just not gonna be able to move, but he'll be fine.
But he didn't take that friction damage down.
Nope.
What do we roll?
Nothing.
Oh, okay, you're just doing
Rolling
it to us.
damage.
Okay, got it.
Oh, if I was one more actually no, 3 more.
And
levels.
you're all going to take 25 points of bludgeoning damage.
This is because we reached the top of the tower.
All the way down.
If it's friction damage, it should kind of be like a burn, right? So
Ooh.
It's kind of a burn. It's kind of a burn. It's like you know.
Fire damage.
So is it, I'm asking, is it fire damage? Because
It's not fire damage.
have resistance. Okay.
It's bludgeoning, my friend.
God damn,
Yeah, feels like fire damage.
it does.
The sweet burn.
But then the pain slowly subsides in the darkness, and there's a moment where you don't feel anything.
Do we
But
feel
then-
sand on our faces though?
Not even. You don't feel anything. It just sort of all
Can we breathe?
fades away. You don't even think of. But it
Oh,
only lasts a split second before your faces are released,
That's
ejected
me
out of
coughing.
the sand as the sand kind of rushes off of you.
It was down.
You were right the whole time, but I didn't want that much sand on my nose.
now we got more sand in our nose.
Sandy and uncomfortable, you find yourselves, each of you, on your own sort of mound of sand, partially buried in it, pulling yourselves out. And you get a look at the space around you, and there
Is
are
there a
no more
smoky?
walls.
Is there a smoky mound?
Yeah, he pops out of yours. And he's not pink anymore. He just looks like he's got
Sand.
like a caked, like you were battering like chicken, you know, like in breading, and he's just covered in sand, like every little
Just
bit.
start to peel it
Now
off.
I get why you hate the sand.
Yeah, every now and then he goes, ow, ow, and it's like kind of stuck to him, like, like
Spit for more moisture.
Oh, God.
But you guys are all kind of in a circle in that in your place within that 30-foot like room that you were in, that space. But when you look around, there are no more walls. It's just sand, black sand that reaches out as far as the eye can see, and the sky is that same black veil, and it's just deep, and you can kind of see like almost looks like space with stars, and there's like little fragments of glistening deep within it.
Where did we
What
go?
a sight.
Right. Is there anything else in the room? A door?
Perception check?
Out of room.
Oh,
Yeah, it's no longer a room. Now we're under the unopened veil sky with nothing but sand surrounding us.
This is
Is there
weird.
any,
Yeah.
What stars are in the sky?
They're not. You don't recognize them as stars. It just looks like points of reflective light deep within the veil. They're almost like slightly hidden behind that darkness. It's a very strange effect.
Some sort of other dimension or something.
Yeah, a quick like 360. There's like just sand as far as the eye can see.
Sand as far as the eye can see.
Right.
Obsidian
So you wanna see how
sand.
far you can go.
Sure. Mr. Ruggs, doctor, sorry. Didn't mean to, Dr. Ruggs, would you mind taking me up? Thank you. So,
He grabs you. Where do you go?
just up, straight up. As
Oh, you
high
just
as
start
I
flying
can.
up.
Yeah. See if I can get to the veil.
You start going up and up and up. And much like in your own world, the higher up you get, the more uncomfortable it becomes.
Oh yeah, at a certain point, if I can't breathe, like if I'm having difficulty breathing,
Your chest starts to get tight.
I'll nope.
Hey, Cheryl, what is your say?
I'll take out the chrono. It's weird. I almost feel like for some reason I picture the Xanabin spent his time here for some reason. I feel like it's sort of his element, weirdly enough.
Weird.
But I do take out the Cronin.
Okay. You look at the Cronid, and the number is still spinning, but it has slowed down. And as it does so, you notice, or you get the feeling from it, that this is exactly where you're meant to be. That you did go through the portal that you sensed. And your decision, you see the number kind of like flicker, and then it stops, and it's like in the 300s. It's a very high number.
Okay.
Know that to be a good sign.
Okay. About what I just mentioned?
Mhm.
Okay. So I was meant to be here, and I feel good about those. I'm still unsure though what to do in this empty sand world now that we're here.
Mhm.
Okay.
But we've gone further than anybody's gone before. So it's a pretty good start, guys.
Yeah, we did go through a portal during the sand. Well, I feel like we're going to find some answers here, so maybe we just start walking.
Can't hurt.
Get up, dust myself off.
Which
Maybe.
direction?
But maybe something's gonna like meet us here. Why don't we just chill for a second? You said you could use a short rest, right? We that was a harrowing experience. Maybe something's coming. And then let's wait like 20 minutes, and then we'll go.
Sure thing.
I can do it a
Are the
short
points
rest.
of light pointing in any particular direction?
Any light?
Well, the light's up in the veil.
No. So
in any particular direction.
when you look at it, the thing that it reminds you of most is the night sky. But it's like layered, and you can see the layers and like the various things within it. Like they're almost hanging there in place. But there's just sort of like an ambient glow about the place. You can see everything, but there are no discernible, let's say, like formations of stars or anything that you recognize within it. But as Joe is, after he flies down and he meets back up with you guys, as you're saying that, Joe, you kind of looking at the group or whoever you're talking to, behind them, you see 2 points, sort of like two figures moving closer, two beasts in the shape of wolves, sort of moving up, but they have red, fiery fur. And one of them is missing its head.
Oh boy. Okay.
Oh, what?
Are we able to fight these things? Is that what we're doing?
Cerberus?
I could use a good fight.
Yeah, you turn and you see what Joe is focused on, and
Yeah, I'm gonna point it out to everybody, guys.
Just give me a second to get all the sand out of my armor. And
Company, the headless wolf.
yes.
Does that bring anything to mind as per Hearthforge?
It does. You've seen these two wolves before. You fought them in a vision or in a dream, where they were burning down your forest home, or they came from the fires within the dream. But you did have that dream during your time in Hearthforge, yes.
Specifically during my adventures with the king.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was when you became unconscious during the fight.
Mm-hmm. With a very powerful demon.
Yes.
Okay, with 2 heads. We have to prepare ourselves, guys. This isn't a joke.
Go
Al,
ahead, I'm ready. Take out my hammer.
Okay.
we'll take them together.
All right.
You guys are doing your magic stuff. Now I can. Well, I can do what I can do.
Hopefully we're going to get some answers from this, but also I wanted to ask Smokey, does this place bring you some sort of memories? I know it's not the time, but for some reason I'm intrigued.
You all seem fairly like prepared or preparing yourselves for whatever these wolves represent, and you look over at Smokey, and he's sort of hovering slightly behind Joali's shoulder, and he's kind of like wincing. His big eye and all his eye stalks are kind of like shut very tightly. His lips are kind of pursed, and he seems a little bit uncomfortable with something. But at this point, I am going to ask everyone to roll initiative, please.
Okay.
Do I know this is about Smokey as well?
Yeah, you hear him kind of muttering
God.
to himself. So you maybe like look over your shoulder.
It's a natural one. Fuck.
Ah, beautiful.
12. Shit.
22.
22, okay. All right, so she is first. Sorry, can you go over those numbers again? 15 for Albrecht.
Yep.
1 for Joe. Edmund, what did you get?
It's a 6 technically. But
6, okay. Edmund, what did you get?
12.
A 12. Okay, so okay. So we are beginning with Shira.
Yes.
What do you do?
I see like Smokey like act all weird, and I ask, Jolly, what's wrong with Smokey?
Well, I don't feel so good.
Okay.
Talk to me, buddy. I don't know if I can talk right now. It's not my turn.
Yeah. I mean,
Can I
you
give
should-
him like my turn in a way, like give him priority?
I
I
mean,
take his
you
turn?
technically can, thanks to a homebrew rule by my creation that lets you piggyback on the turn of an ally ahead of you in initiative. But your actions must correlate in some way. You have to work together in some way. And the Shira, you would get to decide whether Joe gets to take his turn before yours or after yours. He's still 1 in the initiative, but for this turn or for this round.
Yeah, I want him to take it before me in order to be able to take action.
Okay.
Because he's closer to Smokey than I am, and he has a better friendship with him. I know.
That's true. I don't know what I can do for him, but well, there might be some things that I can do.
You can both guide and comfort him. Oh wait, no, that's the wrong game.
No.
But for all intents and purposes, you could work together to guide and comfort.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's like and yeah, that's a good idea.
Smokey, wake up! Smokey, what's wrong?
Well, talk to me, buddy. What's going on? Is it the sand?
No, it's not the sand. You got that off me. I don't know. It feels like I got a stomach. Oh. He's turning evil.
Shut up, Eddie. Come on, a little bit of tact.
He's not a bad guy.
Yeah, maybe out there, but in
Let
here.
it all out. Throw it up if you have to. It's okay.
Ooh, no, but it's like a stomach ache in my head.
I guess it's kind of the same thing for you. Can I try to heal him?
Okay.
Is there something I can do with my features. Because if not, I'll just cast a healing spell. I guess I can do this anyways. I'll cast Emboldening Bond as an action. So I choose 5 willing creatures within 30 feet of me, and while you're within 30 feet of one another, actually, of any of the other people who's bonded or myself, they can roll a d4 and add it to any attack, ability roll, or saving throw they make.
Okay.
For the next 10 minutes. And then I can
Nice.
cast as a bonus action Healing Word. I'll Healing Word.
Okay. How much does it heal?
It's a d4 plus 4. I'll just see if that helps. So that's 7.
Okay.
So he to Smokey. If that
Yeah, your healing magic kind of washes over him, and
rubbing his back.
His expression sort of like loosens whenever you press up against him, and the magic kind of flows inside of him. But he goes, "Ooh, that's kind of nice. But it's still, I don't know. It's not really working."
Where's it? I don't know how much more time we have, but is it like because of something outside here, or is it from inside? Like, what started it?
When we got here, might be those wolves.
It might be. It happened as soon as they showed up.
Oh,
Let's get rid of them. Al,
yeah,
do your
I
thing.
guess killing them.
I'm ready whenever you are. But is that wolf missing a head?
I think so.
Yeah,
Okay, is that your body? Maybe.
it's courtesy of the king of Hearthforge.
At which, Albrecht, you are after Shira. So you may take your turn. Unless, you guys will say that your action was to heal Smokey. Shira,
Mhm.
technically, you still haven't taken an action. You can still.
Okay. Well, yeah, as soon as he says maybe it's those wolves, I kind of, okay, fighting mode. We are completely doing this. I am going to cast something, I think.
What you got?
Yeah, I'm so sorry. One second. Would Hail of Thorns work in this situation? Yeah, I'm just gonna cast Hail of Thorns so I have it prepared for the next time I shoot the creature. I'm gonna cast it at 3rd level.
Very cool.
So next turn I'll actually be able to attack.
Beautiful. Albrecht?
How close is this thing to us now?
It's the 2 wolves are maybe about 60 feet away from your group. And by the way, Edmund, you're after Albrecht.
Sweet.
60 feet away.
Yeah.
You're saying that King Congress fought these wolves in Hearthforge?
No. We went to fight a demon in the Undercity. I tagged along, but I passed out. But while I was passed out, I had a vision. And I fought these 2 freaking wolf dudes. And honestly, I kicked their ass.
And these are the same wolves that you kicked their asses.
Well, now they're wreathed in flames. But they look similar. I think they're the same.
All right, well, let's reenact your dream then. And I'll kind of rush up. I can only move. Actually, no, I'll use my bonus action to rage.
Okay.
And then take my movement and then action dash
Beautiful.
to get right up into their face. And then I'll end my turn there.
Beautiful. Yeah, so you just start kicking up sand as you rush forward, blaze a path towards them. And they're not necessarily like on fire. They have maybe bits of wisps of smoke that come off the ends of some some of their hair, but they have red hair. They're like red wolves. And the one with its head has kind of like this huge toothed grin that kind of like curls all the way up its snout, all the way up its jaw. And the other one is just the drip of blood kind of at its neck where its head is missing, kind of splatter and gets soaked up by the sand. But you can't take any attacks on your turn?
No, because action, dash, movement, and bonus
Gotcha.
action all used.
Okay. So Edmund?
Ooh, baby. All right. So how far is it?
60 feet.
60 feet. Okay. I'll like kind of look around and be like,
How's everyone feeling? Do you think we need more protection, or should we just fuck this thing up?
adjusting my goggles, yelling out there.
Mess it up. At least
Fuck
for
it
now.
up.
Fuck it up. Okay.
I'll like
Even
materialize.
Smokey's like, yeah, fuck it up, man.
I'll materialize my gun and like take off like a piece,
Ooh.
throw it on the ground, and take some of my smithing tools and kind of ding 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 ding, and make one of my artillery cannons. I can make a small cannon in a space 5 feet from me.
Pretty cool.
And it's got like looks like a little spider droid. Actually, no, it looks like a little salamander with like a little cannon on top of its head. And I'm gonna pick the force ballista so I can attack up to 20 feet, 120 feet. It does, as a bonus action, does 2d8 force damage and pushes the creature 5 feet if it hits.
Very cool.
And they can move up to 15 feet and on walls and stuffs. So I make my little salamander droid, and I will attack with my cannon.
Okay. As your salamander begins to form, you see kind of outside of your will, some of the sand from the ground is kind of like moving into parts of it and like forming into the shape.
Oh,
Like the sand is just transforming into the salamander along with your construction.
Oh,
sick. Oh, yeah, it's filling up some spaces. Cool.
do I to like do I feel the clockwork tick from the sand or
yes.
anything?
Oh yes, in the back of your mind.
Oh, yeah. You're helpful, Sand. Sweet.
And fortify my salamander with it, and then make my attack. It's a +7. Oh, 12.
A 12 to hit?
Yeah.
It does not hit. Your salamander and like the arrow goes off to the side.
Sand is still forming in it, so
Yeah.
it's a little off
Needs
balance.
calibration.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I rushed you, baby. Sweet baby.
And that's my action and bonus action. I'm gonna stay by my little droid, and
Okay.
maybe actually I'll move 10 feet back with my droid if I can,
Sure.
and
The
keep fixing
cannon
it.
can move as well.
Yeah,
So,
as part of the same attack action, it can move 15 feet.
very cool.
Yeah, or I'll move 15 feet too if I can move that far back. I don't know how big the room is.
It's not a room. It's just a huge, endless desert.
Right. Yeah. So I'll move 15 feet back.
You move back, and
I'm normal. Sorry. I should have made a land normal.
if only. But
man.
you see you can all see the, or I guess Albrecht is standing in front of. Which of the wolves are you standing in front of?
I want to place myself like
Like in between them?
in between, yeah.
Okay. All right. So you actually see that kind of like almost ignoring you, the one with its head still kind of like peeks around you, and it's got this big grin, and it's staring at Joe. And through its grin, Joe, you hear a voice in your mind. In a language you should not understand. You hear, Joe Ali. We are still here. We are still with you. Let us in. Joe Ali.
Not freaking likely.
And from the headless one, you hear the voice again. Burn. Burn it all. Burn your faith. And I will give you everything.
The only thing I'm burning is that sweet za.
Bob Marley.
Burn more.
I can't
More.
believe you said that.
And I imagine Joe's just talking out loud.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Staring right at the wolves.
What? What?
You, Albrecht standing there, you actually, suddenly something very strange happens. And you all see this, but Albrecht especially, you're standing right there. From behind the wolves, you see kind of like in the distance, like a forest begin to form in the sand.
No.
Kind of
Like getting closer to
It's-
us.
well, some of it is like kind of coming up around, but it sort of like creates almost like a frame around the wolves, like a set piece. It just kind of perfectly outlines them in a semicircle of trees, and they begin to kind of ignite in fire.
It's my vision.
I don't know if this is what's happening.
But after the
Well-
wolves, it would be Joe Ali, but he already took his turn. So it is Smokey. And Smokey is there. And he kind of throws himself, his like movement. So he kind of like flies off 30 feet in a direction. Not towards you guys, not towards the wolves, just sort of out into the desert. And he kind of like falls into the sand. And you hear him, I don't know what's happening, but it doesn't feel good. And you see the sand begin to raise up next to him. And you see, from as the sand begins to part, a gargantuan beholder begin to rise out. And it sort of like brings its massive eye down towards the sand where the little beholder is there, just kind of face planted, and it stares deep and closely and goes, I've always heard that beholders can dream others into existence. What a pathetic little specimen. And with like a giant eye stalk kind of like pokes
No.
Smokey. And Smokey goes, no. And you see that's his turn. This huge, massive beholder is poking away at him.
Oh,
And we are back to the top of the round.
No, we can't lose Smokey.
whoa.
Go help
So,
Smokey.
Shira.
Shira.
It's your turn.
Yes.
Top of the round.
All
What are you
right.
doing?
I have my Hail of Thorns casted from last time. You said they were in 60 feet.
Wait.
range.
I think you're robotic.
Wrong with your
You're
audio.
roboting.
Wait, what?
It's making like a sick beat. I don't know. It's kind of
Boop.
Oh, 1 second. I'm so sorry.
Oh, no. Also, I missed the redeem for the mason jar, so thank you.
Me too.
Maybe it works now?
Oh, I needed that. Oh my god.
I'm out of liquids.
Does it work?
Oh, that is refreshing.
Rookie
Yeah,
mistake.
I think you're good.
Alright, I'm not a robot. Yay! I was saying how I have my Hail of Thorns casted, so
do.
I am going to now take out my beautiful blue res
Yes.
mag.
Pardon me though. At the start of the round, or at the
Yes.
start of your turn, as you have your Hail of Thorns cast on your bow or prepared,
Mhm.
and you look up, and you see a familiar face next to you. He's looking
I'm
down at
sorry?
himself. He's wearing very little, just sort of like a loose little robe. He's got a big white mustache and a big floofy white beard, kind of big goggles on his face. And he looks up and goes, "Oh, Shira!" And it is Neslin.
Neslin?
He goes, "Uh-oh, I think I messed up that spell." And he starts to glow, and he suddenly explodes. Edmund moved away.
I'm sorry.
Joe and Shira, you guys are next to each other. Can you both make dexterity saving throws as a fiery explosion happens directly where Neslin is standing?
I mean, I understand wild magic, but this is too wild. 23.
Okay.
Yeah.
What the hell is that?
It must be. I look back at the beholder. Is it that did this? Is it trying to trick me? Regardless, I need to attack those wolves. Or should I focus on this beholder? Oh God. Wolves first. I'm going to once again take out my magnum.
Well, quick. As he explodes, though, you are caught in the blast. So you saved. You got a really good roll, so you're only going to take half damage.
Okay.
But you do take 12 fire damage. Joe, what was your dex save?
You're
muted.
muted.
Oh,
24.
yeah.
And
So you also take.
no.
He's a monk with
No,
a
no,
You're
Bless.
a little swifty dude.
Fire? You said fire damage? Yeah.
Yeah, and you see Neslin there. He's like, his clothes are burnt away. He looks extra greasy. His beard is burnt away. His mustache and eyebrows and hair are all burnt away, and his goggles are just on his face. And he pulls them up, and there's just like a big, like soot, like marking like
seen
around
this
his eyes.
before.
Okay,
And,
this is deja vu now.
And he goes and fades into sand.
Who the hell was that?
Again, my initial theory, it has something to do with this giant eyeball that looks like Smokey, and hopefully it's not Xanabin and it's just another beholder. But yes, I, for the third time, take out my magnum. And I'm going to shoot the wolves.
All right.
So, 2 attacks.
Go on, shit the wolves.
Oh my god, and I got a natural one.
Where are the raptors? They show up at Jurassic Park,
Fucking running.
I got a nat 1, guys. It's
You got
not
a nat
happening.
1?
Oh no.
Yeah.
On your first or second roll?
You get to roll a
First.
d4, you're one of the... I don't know if that'll help.
I don't think so. Nothing will help me at this point. And it was my first shot that I rolled 1 in.
Okay. Well, because you critically failed with your magic weapon, can you please roll a percentile for me?
Oh god.
Wait. Is it D4 or a percentile?
Percentile. Like
Okay.
D100.
I think that's how I do it in here.
Oh, I guess it is 1d4.
No.
Oh, sorry. I'm looking here 25%. But it is a 1d4 and it's supposed to be done by me. So for
Okay,
all
did
to
this
see.
twice. Oh, by you!
By me.
For all to see, by me.
If it's a
Oh,
1,
God.
I say all for all to see, but I don't know how exactly I'm going to show you here.
Just tell me the
If it's a
number,
1,
man.
that's a critical fail. Magic weapons have one of their bolster effects destroyed. So if you get a 1,
Oh.
your magnums may stop working. Well, they'll still be magnums, but here we go.
That's not-
That is a 1, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if
It's
my camera's working.
2 ones, one after another. It's impossible to see, so pixelated.
Look at this great.
Great quality.
Oh,
Yeah,
there we
right.
go.
Yes.
There we go.
Wow, that is
yeah.
the primo experience, ladies and gentlemen.
Uh,
My God, I need a new camera. Okay.
And I need a new magnum because this one's not magical anymore.
Yeah.
I'm so
So
sad.
you see the hammer kind of goes like like flies off, and the
No.
blue rose that was sort of like glowed and embossed into the side just like fades.
I'm depressed. No, not now. Why now? All right. Well, can I still attack with my bow?
Yeah, that was only one attack.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'll do that. I'll put drop the magnum. It's useless to me. It's abandoned me.
Trash.
Trash. And I'm
Throw
going
it
to
out.
attack with the longbow. Okay, that's a 26. That's so much better.
Hey, redemption.
Redemption.
In your frustration.
So much frustration. Okay, now I need to do the damage. Let me. Oh, and of course, like always, planar warrior is a thing.
Of course.
Planar warrior that gives me a beautiful 2d8
Stack
as a
damage.
bonus action. So now that I'm doing the math, is rolling time. I got 13 plus 2d8. Let me quickly. Is that a d8? No. Which one's this one?
The little diamond.
The weirdest one.
The weirdest one. No, I was looking at D&D Beyond. Okay, I got it. Plus 8. And Hail of Thorns that was casted that spell.
Oh shit.
That is an additional. I cast it third. An additional 21.
Damn.
So,
Damn.
29 plus 13 is
44?
42. 42.
40. Don't ask
That
me to
is-
do that. 30. All right. You.
And that is my damage with my bow and arrow.
Yes, you pull back your arrow, loose it with the force of your planar warrior magic and your
And my anger that my gun has
angry
broken.
thorns. Yeah, and they propel towards the wolf who's sticking its head out, and hits it right in its forehead, kind of like, and like a huge chunk of its forehead gets kind of like ruptured.
Also, technically, because they're in 5 feet of each other,
It's gonna explode. Albrecht is
Yeah.
within 5 feet too. But-
wait a second.
I think Albrecht is bothered by that too much.
Oh, they needed to do a dexterity save actually.
Well,
So if they save, they take half as much damage of which one?
What's the
was
save?
it? Dexterity saving throw. It's all it says.
but the number 12
No, I don't have a number for the
should be
dexterity.
your spell save DC. It's at the top of your spell list.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry. This
You
is
have
the
a
first
plus
time.
bonus and you have
Oh,
a
dex 16. Got it.
16. Okay.
All right, Albrecht saves.
Okay. The one without a head does not save.
Okay.
But you hit the one in the face. It takes the damage, explodes, and you just hear it's like the bottom half of its jaw kind of goes slack, and it goes, and it just like fades into sand.
Oh.
And the
Oh,
thorns kind of
no.
explode out. Albert blocks him with his armor, and the other one gets pelted into the side. And you just
Still roll the damage.
oh, you do take it. Okay.
It's
But-
half damage.
Yeah, it's half damage, so it's going to be 4 damage for you.
Well, is it 21?
I rolled 8 on just the Hail of Thorns.
Yeah.
So
It's
Okay.
a separate damage.
So 2.
that's it.
Beautiful.
Mhm.
But the other one kind of gets buffeted on the side, and then you just see kind of like where its neck hole is. It's like Just kind
Yeah.
of squirts out like, and then just fades into sand.
Okay, I hate this. I hate all of it. Well, that's my turn because I used my bonus action and my 2 actions. So I'm just, yeah. What trickery we got here.
Yes. Well, that is after you. It is Albrecht.
Damn.
All right, so Albrecht's all like kind of pumped up with no one in front of him anymore,
Mm-hmm.
and suddenly he's trying to think like everyone's been talking about dreams, like Joelle's dream, the Smoky dreaming a beholder to be. So he's gonna be like, what if I think of a way of like where to like I dream where to go, and he's gonna try and just like a dream a way out. He's gonna kind of close his eyes and think really hard about how to get out.
Okay.
Or how to go forward.
Okay.
And he's gonna like peek an eye open and look around.
Yeah. You focus really, really, really hard. This exit, can you describe it to me?
So, honestly, the first thing I think of with this giant desert and everything is like just from Aladdin, the mouth of the jaguars opening the cave of Agrabah.
Yeah.
Cave of Wonders.
Yeah, so you focus on that. Maybe you heard a story or something about that, and you open your eye, and in front of you, pretty much like between where the 2 wolves were, there is a Warforged. But instead of you see something opening, but it's in its chest as it opens up, and a very familiar device begins to turn in its chest, and a red light glows, and it fires.
No, Frick!
So can you please make a where is it? I believe it is a dex save. Let me just verify. Yes, can you please make me, I should know this by heart, a dexterity saving throw. Should have trusted my intuition.
That's dirty 20.
A dirty 20. Beautiful. So you actually see the beam fires off, but this is not the first time that this situation has happened to you.
No, the first time put a hole in my chest.
It did, and you don't want that happening to you again. So you are very prepared as you sidestep it as the beam flies off.
Does the beholder behind me happen to just be there?
No, it does not. It fires up. It's kind of like, it just it shoots it up at an upwards angle. It's kind of like, it's not standing above you. It's actually kind of like partly in the floor, like in the sand, as it's like the chest opens up, sort of in the way that you thought of like the thing opening up the mouth of the cavern. But you avoid it, and the machine kind of crumbles away and fades into sand.
All right, so not dreams, nightmares. Wonderful.
No dreams.
Still your turn.
I'm gonna look around and look at the beholder. Just like take out like a hand axe from my pocket, well, from my side at my belt, and just like toss it at it to see if it like bursts.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack.
That would be an 18.
An 18. Yeah. Hits.
All right. So that's 10. 14 points of damage.
Okay. The axe, it's kind of like leaning down over Smokey, but it has a massive eye at its center. And this is a gargantuan-sized beholder. This thing is massive. And the axe goes and hits him in the eye, and it goes, closes its eyelid, and it goes, "Oh, what? I cleaned out this space. The air should be absolutely impeccable." And the whole thing fades into sand. all of it settles down. Smokey there, kind of like still cowering. Ooh.
It's all right, Smokey. He's gone.
Oh, I feel better.
Take some deep breaths. Be all right. In and out.
You got some scary dreams.
Oh, I got some sand. Yeah.
Some really
What's
scary
going on
dreams.
here?
I'll walk over and pick up what I dropped.
What is going on?
So you walk over. Edmund, it is your turn.
The wolves are still there.
Oh, they're gone.
So there's no enemies.
There's no enemies. It's just you guys.
I'll like look at my salamander. He'll like look up at me, and I guess I'll just try and communicate with my god through it. I guess the armor to see if it knows what's going on around here, or if I could get a direction of the ticking.
Ooh, okay. Yeah. You the ticking is louder than usual. And actually normally you hear it in the back of your mind, but here it just sounds like it's around you.
Oh, or in the middle of it. Yeah, just like everywhere. There's no like focal point, that I can.
No focal point. It's kind of echoing out. It's like 360 Dolby 7.0 surround sound or whatever.
Oh, we're in the gears, man. We're in the gears. I guess I'll try to. I don't know. I guess I'll try and think of. I guess I'll try to just sit there and be like, I don't know what to do, and just start think about my blueprints and my weird machine. And
Okay.
yeah, that'll be me. I'll be like,
What are we doing, guys? I'm in my droid to attack, and there's nothing to attack. Where do we go?
Maybe everyone kind of gives you a bit of a fused look. But the ticking that you hear, Edmund,
Yeah.
from behind you, for some reason, draws your attention as you spin around. And you see a tall man in a cloak, a wide-brimmed hat, the point of which is so long that it curls down and wraps around his neck like a scarf. He has several tomes under one arm, a large satchel sort of wrapped over one shoulder, and a large staff in the other, sort of tipped with a particular stone. It's kind of hues of pink and blue within it. He's walking away from you.
Come on.
I'll like follow him.
Like, guys, do you see this dude? Do you think he's real or like the other things?
And chase after him.
Well, don't go off alone.
Come on.
I mean, I guess we won't have anything better to do.
I guess not.
Bring my droid with
It's probably just another vision. Oh, God darn it. Smokey,
I mean,
come on.
whether we're here or whether we follow it, I don't think we're going to have too much of a difference. So might as well go wherever it's leading.
I can hear my god all around here. Ticking,
That's
working.
terrifying.
This whole place is a machine. We just gotta find where it beats, like it's center. Well, maybe not center, but at least some of the cogs. There's something turning in here. We can work our way from there.
You follow after it. Man is walking forward. As he's moving, the space ahead of him is beginning to take shape. Like the sand forms into shapes and changes colors, same as when like the forest had come up around the wolves. And you see he's walking into, as walls begin to sort of form in like a 30-foot space around him, a circular form. At the center, there is a beam of light landing atop a small mound. The man walks up to the top of the mound, pulls out a cronid from his pocket, and places it in the light. And you see the sand begin to swirl around him as he disappears.
Oh. Guys, maybe we need to put the pronin in the light.
But that's what we did. That's how we got here.
We already did the exact same
Right,
thing.
but
This
this
is
time the sand can't possibly fill this whole entire space.
and
Now, you
there's
see
nowhere for me to place it in.
Yeah, the sand, the exact vision of what you guys just experienced happens in front of you, in front of this man who walks atop the mound and is consumed by this pillar of sand that all sort of just fades away. The man disappears, the mound, the 30-foot section of wall disappears. And at which point it will be Joe's turn.
Okay.
What do you make of this? What do you make of all this?
Yeah, I'm trying to think. I'm chiefing on a big old thing. I guess I'm just gonna. Not much my monk ass can do. I can't really compete with anything. There's no plant life or anything in this area.
No, but as you look around, two more figures suddenly appear as you're scanning around you.
Uh-oh.
A small one, a black kenku, sort of like a small crow person in full plate mail with a large sword on his back. And standing next to him is a lanky blue tiefling with tiny little horns and bushy black hair.
Beldrin, I believe we met.
Kind of looks up. Yeah, you got shinies? Kind of rushes over.
Oh, I miss Baldrin.
Who's your friend?
Yeah, both of them. We've knew them before the whole resistance.
Oh,
I guess
great.
before getting all the way here. Anyways, old friends.
Yes, they are Morgul and Beldrin. And you see Morgul pulls out something small and shiny from his pocket, and he sort of leans into Beldrin and goes, "Check this." And he throws the tiny little metal ball, and then he goes, "Huh," and he holds up his hand, and it's in his hand. And Beldrin tries to eat it.
Cool.
Right, so it seems that we're just seeing visions from the past and such.
Memories?
Solutions.
Let's think of ways into Xanabin's tower.
Well, does anyone know what the Athenaeum used to be?
A library, wasn't it? Or was it another place that was a library? I don't remember.
Can we check his notes to see if it mentions anything on what it used to be?
Yeah, it's theorized that this was the birthplace of the Warforged, or the origin place of the Warforged. That whatever civilization had built this tower also created the Warforged. And it is mentioned as the Athenaeum. It is a library, and it's mentioned in other parts of his notes. He mentions a potential collection of information.
All right, I am going to think. Oh wait, it's not my turn. But when it's my turn, I will think books.
Well, Joe's at the end of the round, so technically top of the round is Shira, I suppose.
Yeah, well, after Joe did Smokey. And Smokey sort of picks himself up slightly. He actually moves right next to Edmund. And he's kind of like looking off in the direction from where that man who stood atop the mound was standing. And he sort of gently like hovers over to the spot. And you see kind of like the same person sort of like walks from behind him, just suddenly into view. Like the sand kind of like quickly forms into a person that just like walks past him. It's the same figure, tall, with the same long, sort of well-fitted robe. But the man isn't wearing his long brimmed hat, and he's now sort of facing on the side, so you get a look of his face. He's an older man with very, very sort of tight cheekbones, a long chin, and he's got a big white beard that goes down. He's got little glasses on, and his well-kempt hair sort of parted to the side, but it's kind of like well coiffed. Like he's got a good hairdresser. He's sort of standing around, and you see these tubes and these this sort of lab begin to sort of form around him. Long hardwood table forms with all manner of trinkets and papers and scrolls strewn about it in a messy fashion. He's got one hand up to his beard, pulling down on it, long in thought, and he turns all of a sudden, facing exactly at Smokey. And Smokey kind of like flinches a little bit, like looks, and he goes, "That's it. That's it. The entire thing will work as long as I remove my fear. Everything that's holding me back. My insecurities, my self-doubts. I'll get rid of them all."
Oh.
He fades. Smokey's just there like,
I
remember
think I
that.
got it. I think I know.
Is Smokey the leftovers?
Yeah, dude. That dude was Smokey. Smokey is that dude, but that dude's also Xanabin.
He split. Well, and
You're the insecurities. You're the...
I'm the worst
You're all-
part.
Nah, man.
Not to
No.
us.
You're the
also
parts that made him strong.
and what made him good.
and best of all, he fears you.
Yeah, but that fear is mine. But what good is that going to be? How am I supposed to help you with
Whole
by being
again,
scared?
You know? Become you, own it. Like Joe said.
Xanabin never had the opportunity to overcome these fears and these insecurities. He just got rid of them, dude. But you
If
You
you
can
can
overcome
get
it.
past it,
yeah, dude.
you would be so much stronger than him.
You think I could do it?
Oh, you're doing it right now,
I
man.
don't know.
Hell yeah, brother.
Joe, can you make a persuasion roll with advantage,
Woo.
thanks to your last little chat with Smokey?
Nice.
I can. It's a flat roll
You can do it.
with advantage.
And everyone's
So
kind
a
of helping out
15
here, so.
Huh?
15.
or a 15.
Well, that's enough for Smokey. He kind of looks up and goes,
Mighty.
breathe. Oh, in and out.
That's right. Just like we
Yeah.
practice in meditation, dude.
Yeah, yeah. You know what, guys? Maybe I can get over it. Maybe I can be better.
Yeah, you can do it, man. I doubted you at first, but Joe's really showed me the light here.
Joe's just better than most people. Yeah.
You're darn right.
The eye stalk kind of wipes a little tear.
But what is this place then? Is this how he got rid of?
It's not only the Warforged origin, it's the origin of Xanabin, maybe, at the same time. It was all created.
Whoa.
First thing you got to do, Smokey, you got to summon back that big old beholder. Bring him back here and show him who's boss. 'Cause it's your mind. It's all your mind.
I don't know. Baby steps. Baby steps. I don't know if I'm ready for that.
You bring him back and then you shrink him down into an even smaller little piece of crap than you.
or you
Okay.
get big.
Okay.
Well, I don't know about. Well, let's maybe not baby steps.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what do I got to do here? Just think about it. I just got to think about it.
Think
What,
of
it was
how
a- it was a-
badly you want to
it was a
kick in the
baby?
face Xanabin with your eye
He's got
tentacles.
no
Yeah,
legs.
yeah. I want to punch with my eye, the big eye. And as he starts to think of that same, the mound of sand begins to rise up. The boulder kind of yawns and like opens its eye.
Like it's on a loop.
Well. Yeah, looks down at him and he goes, I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you.
Yeah, poke him in
You
the
tell
eyes,
him.
Pokey.
Yeah. When he shoots a laser from his eye into the thing and it goes, I always heard that beholders shoots through him and the whole thing turns to sand and he goes, I did it. Wow. Look at that.
Yeah, we told you, dude.
Of course you did.
You just
Smoke.
have to face yourself.
I feel so good right now. And as
Never
he says
doubted you,
that,
not even for a second.
as he says that, Shira, you are at the top of the round.
Mm.
And on your turn, as you're looking at, cheering on
Xanabin,
Xan,
I took
little
my
Smokey.
cronid.
Yeah, I think you're about to look down at your cronid, and there's suddenly like a large glow of light that kind of like catches your attention. You look up and you see farther in the desert, not maybe like 100 feet or something, the light coming through what looks like the archway.
The archway?
Way to the Athenaeum.
Yeah, the door that we
See
were at.
light peering in from outside. It's filling up a space, but it's just the archway. And when you're looking, you see a figure standing outside, just outside the archway, a hood covering his face. And he looks up, pulls back his cloak, stares directly towards you, Shira.
Mm.
Golden eyes with rings in them, a stubble of blonde beard, and sort of like unkept, long, wavy blonde hair. And you know this person
No way.
very well. It is your father.
Papa.
It's a face you could never forget. Feldspar stones.
How could this be?
And he looks at you and points a finger towards you.
Oh no.
And he goes, I will never forgive you for what you have done. I will never let you leave this place. For all eternity, for all of time, you will be trapped here for what you have done. I hope it gives you enough time to think about it, to think about your actions and what horrors you've wrought. Farewell. And that veil closes. And that golden sigil becomes burned into the veil. It all fades.
My father had something to do with closing Xanabin here? And then it escaped? I don't know if I'm reading this wrong, but that's what Shira's thinking to herself.
Oh yes, there's many questions unanswered.
Plenty. I am in shock as I watch it fade away, and I grasp onto my crown. Have a
After you, it is Albrecht.
All right, we've seen all those things. We're still in this endless desert. Do we all have to let go of our fears? I don't think that's going to be a quick process. Because Shira, you shot the two wolves for Joe. I dodged the laser from the robot. Edmund, did you get something?
I saw that old dude put his cronid to the light and whoosh.
Why wasn't yours dangerous?
I don't know. You know, I'm just kind of tinkering around. I studied for a very long time. You know, my dreams, my bad dreams are bad classes.
I just because this place I was meant to come here just like my dad has come here. Maybe this place is the key to like stop Xanabin. Maybe we just have to close him back in here somehow.
Yeah, because this place is like a big machine. I keep hearing ticking, so it's working in some sort of way. I just don't know how.
Maybe it just freezes them in time.
Alberic, as you are contemplating with your friends, with your ally, with your party, suddenly the feeling beneath your feet begins to kind of sway a little bit, and you hear the sounds of wood as you start to get raised out of the sand. The hull of a ship begins to come out from the sand. Albrecht, you're standing atop it. The deck begins to kind of form, and a whole ship forms atop the sand. A ship which you are very familiar with. Would you mind giving us the name of the ship, whatever it was called back in your sailing days? If you have a name now, you can come up with it. Don't mean to put you on the spot here, but
so I'm not sure if we named it before and like back.
It's very possible, but I'm giving you
can rename it.
Opportunity to rename it now if you'd like.
No, because it was part of because it wasn't my ship, right?
It was not your ship, but you did sail on it, yes.
Yeah, no, it was from Gundren Rock Seeker.
Gungren Stone Seeker, actually. Copyright. This is not the mines of Fandelver.
Right. Then in that case, do I use the name that because I think that might have been copyrighted? We had Dumathoin's Hammer.
That might be already taken. So yeah, just come up with
Moradin's Hammer.
Moradin's Hammer, beautiful. Okay.
What about Clangadin's Pickaxe?
Take your pick.
Hey, no Pantheon, okay? No Pantheon.
All right.
Beautiful. Yeah.
All right,
kind of
the stone skip.
The stone skip, beautiful. Kind of painted along the side, and a bit of a messy fashion, but kind of crashes against waves of sand. The rest of you, actually, some of you are probably up on the deck with Albert.
Oh my goodness.
But as this happened, you notice these figures begin to start pulling themselves over the edge onto the deck. Tritons, fish people begin to, mermaids, mermen begin to pull themselves over. The pirates clad in rope garments with seashells kind of wrapped in them.
And barnacles.
With long, gnarly spears. Yes, they've got even barnacles growing off them. They pull themselves up. And you remember being attacked by these very same pirates many, many years ago.
Did something like traumatic happen during the fight?
Not particularly, no. Actually, it went fairly well. You know, Gungren hid below deck the entire time.
Right,
Fighting's not his forte.
Really don't know why this is coming up. Right. You a big one. I'm just going to go up to one of the biggest Triton.
Yeah.
Just be a good boy and go back to sand, would you?
It like holds up a spear. You want to just roll an unarmed strike?
Okay. 17 on the die.
It's some power. That's a good slap.
Backhand.
Well, no, like the hit. I'm not sure if it's you want damage or.
I mean, you can roll damage, but you slap it across the face. This one kind of fades into sand as you smack it. Others kind of like crawling up. They're like attacking, and as there's like stabbing out at people, you see like the forms of other dwarves and sailors aboard this ship begin to kind of form as the actions are happening. Some of them will strike down others, and some of your crewmate members did get wounded, but no one died that day. It was, but you see the events unfolding as you remember.
No. I don't know
Today
why
was a good
thing on
day.
this. I thought it was going to be something traumatic, but no, it's just another day on the sea. Don't know the significance to this memory particularly. But I guess now you know. Well, those of you who didn't know, I used to be a sailor.
Pretty cool, man. Nice
Found my
ship.
living on the sea. It was quite enjoyable. And then
What a change of life, huh?
well, I just had to seek adventure elsewhere. See the sights. See something different.
Less barnacles.
Right, ship maintenance wasn't really my forte. I maintained the armor and weapons.
As this is happening, Edmund, one of them kind of comes up behind you, but it is your turn.
Oh, I'll have
like my little cannon shoot out.
Yeah, maybe you're like not even aware, like the thing's like coming up behind you, like it's got like these two kind of crooked looking like shell machetes, and it comes down like and then you're
My little salamander bust it. It's my bonus action, so it's not my action. And I'll be like thinking and looking around, and it'll be like
sands of time, showing us things. Machine.
and I'll like look up and I'll like kind of yell out at the room. And I'll be like,
Room. Stop simulation. Show us the real thing. Sands. Stop.
I'll just start yelling stuff like that. And wait. And see
you're
if anything
screaming out as this battle kind of happens aboard the ship, but it slowly begins to kind of fade as enemies are struck down by other dwarves. And as you're calling up at the empty veil in the sky, you all hear
Oh, there it
Clock.
is.
and the sand begins to swirl around you, but instead of sinking you down, it begins to lift up, each particle hanging in the air, swirling around you as a storm of sand begins to billow.
It's like what happened to that.
Oh no.
It happened to that guy as well. Or
It
apparently
almost
right?
kind of like scoops you all up, and you within seconds the view of your allies kind of gets obscured by all of this obsidian sand,
Get him close.
and you kind of all bundled together,
Close.
and the ticking
Oh, guys,
echoes out as the sand rages around you, and you hear a voice, and it goes, "Resistance, resistance, resistance! Wake up! Wake up, heroes of the resistance!" And you'll open your eyes, and in this 30-foot space that you had entered at the start of the Athenaeum, you are all each half buried in your own mound of sand, surrounding the center one. Kind of like maybe up to your chest.
Oh
about.
my god.
Standing at the center is a Warforged, one that you recognize, with a kind of black hole in his chest that slowly turns. It is Iago Mechia, one of the members of the Resistance, who had first brought you to the lands of Irea many ages ago.
who's this freaking gearhead?
He's kind of like catching his breath, even though he's a
Another
Warforged.
old friend of ours.
I think you know him as well. No, don't you know Iago? Didn't you meet him at one point?
Did I?
Edmund, and he kind of like goes over, and you see he's got like he's got a bit of his shirt. He's wearing like he looks oddly Western. He's got like overalls and a vest, and he's got like a kind of checkered shirt and a little hat. He comes over to you, and he's like kind of wiping his hands off, and you see that there's like blood on his shirt, and he comes over to you like kind of rushed and pulls you out of the sand. And he goes, "Are you all right? I can't believe you got in here."
Let me get a little look at you. Hold on.
Checks you all
Get
out.
all like the sand out of my goggles. Like,
Thanks, dude. What are you doing here?
What happened? How long were you in here?
Well,
How did you get in here?
Yeah, get the rest of them out.
and I'll
It's
get
open.
everyone else out.
No, we figured out how to get inside.
I stepped through the darkness, but the veil, it is open. I
Yes,
cannot believe that you...
my cronid. Somehow it was the key to this tower.
Well, I mean, now you know why it's the key to the tower, don't you?
Yeah, my dad has sealed this tower.
Well, look, we need to discuss it back at the camp. I don't know how many days you've been in here, but everyone is severely wounded.
What?
Oh, that's news to us. We left and no one was wounded.
But when
All
did you
right,
come in
let's
here?
go-
It's been moments. It's
When?
I'll say the day it was we went
Yeah,
in.
and he's going to say like, but I mean, I was supposed to arrive the same day as you, but I was delayed. My flying ship couldn't pass through the storms that were hovering in the sky. The wind conditions. Either way,
storms.
he steps out through the darkness outside.
Before leaving, is anything changed in that room?
Other than there are mounds where
More
you guys
mounds?
were.
Yeah.
That's it.
All right. Yeah. He'll walk out. Albrecht will walk out.
Yep.
I'll walk out too, of course.
What the?
But I'll do a last glance back as I walk out.
Yeah, he's kind of looking out, and you see that there's a boat that's been brought across, and he kind of looks at you all, and he goes, "I think you've been in there for at least a day."
Well,
I
to us, it
arrived-
didn't feel like it.
Nearly everyone was cut down.
By what?
I don't know. They don't even know what attacked them. Lupa described it as something falling on him. I don't understand. You're a cleric, aren't you, Joe?
Yeah.
You think
Yeah,
you can
yeah.
help some of them? I've done what I can, but I do not have the type
Yeah,
of magic
100%.
to help them. I bandaged them
100%.
up. I've done my first aid, but I had to take care of them before I could come here, so I was worried. At least you're all fine. But you were just out cold in the sand.
We were. Well,
I am
it felt
supposed
as
to
if we
find
went
the
through a portal
A portal.
to this place that somehow plays with time and memories.
Okay.
We're in a
Do we get
trip.
back? Oh shoot. Anyway.
Hmm.
Do we get back to camp? Yeah.
Yes. So at this point, we are reaching the end of the evening in terms of the session itself, the stream. So you guys are brought across. You can use your flying carpets. It's much more convenient than the boat. You don't want to capsize into the wild magic pond. And he brings you to the camp, and Lupa Lacroix is kind of like unconscious. He has a huge like cut slice from his neck to like the side of his ribs.
Mhm.
Ingo Talazar is missing an arm, the
Oh my gosh.
green dragonborn. There are several of the diggers that have been wounded, and some minor wounds, but like enough that they're all pretty discombobulated. Some are already up and helping with certain things.
So just let me ask you this:
Yes.
Are they all in like a kind of like medical area, kind of lying down around each other?
Yeah, so Iago had sort of like brought them to their tents and stuff.
Okay.
So there is a medical section. So like Lupa is there where he's unconscious, and Talazar, who's missing an arm, but others have been resting in their own tents.
Okay. I'll ask the medical staff to gather the most injured of the bunch, or anybody who needs who's in need of actual healing. So I'm going to channel divinity, and I'm going to use Balm of Peace. You can use your channel divinity to make your very presence a soothing balm. And as an action, I can move my speed. I can move up to my speed Without provoking attack of opportunities, doesn't really matter at this point. But when you move within 5 feet of any other creature during this action, you can restore a number of hit points to that creature equal to 2d6 plus my wisdom modifier.
Whoa,
Cool.
that's cool.
So I'll just kind of like, I'm smoking a whole bunch, like 2 big old things, and I'm just kind of like walking through, and the smoke is permeating everybody and healing them with its natural powers, dude.
Amazing.
Hot box healing.
Oh, yeah.
Box healing, baby. That's freaking patented now.
Yeah, your joints, you can hear them screaming and enjoy stuck on them. And the fumes, the fumes of the life tree are breathed into the lungs of the wounded. It cascades over their wounds. Talazar's arm, which was pretty gnarly, it was not a very clean cut. Almost looks like her arm was completely like just ripped off. It heals very nicely. The kind of ripped fragments of her skin close gently, and same thing with the scar. There's still a mark on Lupa, but it's definitely like before it was open and would have needed incredible amount of stitches, and now it is just sort of natural healing and closing up and forming a nice scar.
Yeah, it's only 12 HP that they're gonna get, but definitely.
Lupa kind of looks up at you and he grabs you with his good side and pulls you in, and he goes, I saw it. The golden eyes, they flickered, and then we were all, is anyone dead? Please tell me no one is dead.
You're okay. Everybody's okay.
Oh, thank goodness.
Just rest now.
Leans back, rests, and Iago kind of places his hand on your shoulder and goes, let's catch up, so that let's all let's have a talk. Let's figure out what's going on here.
Oh, this is
And
heavy.
he pulls you away with the rest of the group, and you will have your discussion with Iago at another date. That's where we're going to end it for today at the dig site.
Woo.
Damn.
Ooh.
So much lore.
So much information and so many questions.
Yes, I
Oh,
know.
yeah.
I hope it doesn't feel too overwhelming right now. Everything
it's
will
whelming.
potentially be answered eventually.
My brain.
So for now,
That sounds great.
for now though, I will recount what happens after these events with Iago, the discussion that you have, and where you will head off to next. But next week, next Tuesday, we will be introducing our remaining 4 players on their own little side mission away from the dig site in Windrow, a city in Hearth. So until then, everybody, thank you so much for watching. You can find us, the Hexagon TTRPG, on all of the social medias. We have Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, TikTok, YouTube. Absolutely. You can catch our VODs there. And we will be back on Thursday for Champs Challenge. Algar on time?
So Champs. I think it's Champs.
Champs, baby. So you don't want to miss that because Champs is the best.
Heisty.
And can't wait to see you there. So thank you so much for watching. We are the
Thank
Hexagon,
you.
and we are Hexagon.
Hell yeah,
Bye-bye.
dude.
Ciao.
Hexa, bye-bye.
Hexa, bye.